No. What? Stop. Holy shit. The glazing that Rolling Stone has for Bruce Springsteen is remarkable. So last week, October 8th, 2025 to be exact, Rolling Stone magazine put out their list, and they love making lists, of the 250 greatest songs of the 21st century. Now, look, I used to be a paying member, a subscriber to Rolling Stone. So I feel like all my criticisms of Rolling Stone are inherently valid. They've come up to be just like extremely performative. I trust what they have to say on some things, but then other times I don't at all. But I do like their lists because making lists about music is goofy, but it's fun. And it's not like objective in the slightest. So you give me 250 of the greatest songs of the 21st century. How different is number 223 going to be different from 205? Right. It's like just throw a dart at a song on the wall when you're picking out maybe the bottom 150 of these. Right. But also I can't always take their opinion with any sort of truth, because they do like their top 10 albums of the year sometimes. When I was subscribed, like back in so it was like 2014, 15, 16, somewhere in there, Bruce Springsteen came out with an album. I think it was Wrecking Ball, actually. And I only remember that because I was getting ads for it, and there were so many ads for the album in Rolling Stone magazine, and they gave it the album of the year. I'm sorry, but it's not just even because I don't like Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen is not putting out an album post 1990, and it's going to be seriously considered to be the best album of the year. You're putting that in there to make all of your older subscribers feel good. It's why you guys didn't talk shit on the U2 album going on everybody's iPhones. So I think they've done a pretty decent job at staying relevant outside of that. And this is one of those, because everybody was talking about this list. People still give a shit about what they have to say. So I figured it might be fun to kind of go through these a little bit and figure out how justified the top 200 greatest songs of the 21st century by Rolling Stone really is. So coming in at 250 is Drops of Jupiter. We won't be going over every single one of these, but we might stop to say something about it. And so obviously this one's a good song. Everybody knows Drops of Jupiter. 249 songs worse than the top song, I don't know. But it's iconic. Everybody knows this one, right? My issue with lists like this is you'll go from Carly Rae Jepsen to Kendrick Lamar. Like, how is that fair? If it was 250 pop songs, fine. But just songs in general, how can you rank songs from 100 genres against each other? Well, there's got to be some rubric. So they're probably looking at it from, okay, what's the aggregate score of these outlets and their reviews of it? Now, what's the aggregate on all of these charts? And what's the aggregate of Google search results? And, you know, is this song still relevant? I don't know what they do, but this is just me trying to think about it, because otherwise you're just in an editorial room, like I said, and you're just throwing darts at a song on the wall, and you're like, okay, that's 113 right there. Avicii, right? EDM, house was like really big when I was a kid. So, oh, wait, actually, how is this not higher? No, that one's like iconic as shit. What happened to the worm on your lips? It grew back into my face. See, I knew this would be kind of fun to go through, because like I don't know who Scarface is. My Block, I'm hearing that. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Why haven't I heard this before? See, now this is what makes this incredulous, because this song, I think, is terrible. I do not like Teenage Dirtbag at all. People really enjoy it, and I'm like a part of like the punk rock kids who believes that punk rock should be obnoxious. I heard somewhere that this was like the song that killed pop punk, like to be taken seriously outside of like Blink-182 and like Green Day. And I don't think people want to recognize Green Day as being pop punk, but like they kind of are. Can't take it. Can't take this song seriously. However, I did see a video of that guy singing that song like a couple of years ago, and he still sounds great. So good job on keeping the falsetto up. Skrillex, Bangarang, banger song. No, don't like this one. If you've ever watched the channel, you might know why. Although in Jack Antonoff's eternal mission to become Cynthia Springsteen, this one it works the best. It works the best here. See what? How are there 230 songs better than Day and Night by Kid Cudi? Look, I'm not just saying that Bye. I'm not just saying that because I really love Kid Cudi, okay? He's a hometown hero. We love him. But, like, this song is, like, it's so good. It's so iconic. I better recognize every single song after this point, because if I don't know it, it can't be that good, right? Shaboozey, Bar Song? It was a big song. I guess it still kind of is a big song. I guess it's aged better than Day and Night by Kid Cudi. See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't, you know, I can recognize it being a hit. No, Kid Cudi was like a poster child for sad stoners. It was great. Foo Fighters, Times Like These. I bet you we're gonna see like 90 Foo Fighters songs on this list because Rolling Stone loves the Foo Fighters. And I like them a fair bit too. Florida Georgia Line Cruise. You know what? That's fine. That's fine right there. I don't know if it really deserves to be 231. Mastodon, Blood and Thunder. Okay. I did hear a lot of shit about how metal just does not get represented in this list at all. Okay. This is an example of a song that if I hear it too many more times, I might begin to hate it. But this is a phenomenal song. Tyler Childers does everything the right way. Father John Misty, holy shit, not even the best Father John Misty song. Oh, okay. I'm getting some of my white boy music in here. Hold Steady. Not the best Hold Steady song, but the Hold Steady's here, guys. The Hold Steady is here. Craig Finn is a great songwriter. I don't know if you'd put Killer Parties by the Hold Steady right behind like Love Story is only marginally better than not the best Hold Steady song. So whatever. Okay, fine. Okay. So this is what pisses me off. I've thought about this video idea before, creating my list of the top 10 best #1 hit singles since 2000. Of the last 20 years, 25 years, 26 years, since 2000, what are the best #1 hit singles? So that way, people won't say like, oh, like Radiohead's so much better. Like, no, they're not a fucking pop band. They're not a pop act. So they're not on the. So what were the best songs that reached #1? This, in my opinion, should be #1. This is, I think, the most iconic track of the first 10 years, if not the first 20 years of this century. This is the song to me. This is everything that kind of encapsulated the first 10 years of the new millennium, and honestly, even since. Like, as soon as it starts, you know exactly what it is. I don't know. I still think it's the most iconic tracks ever cut, period. It's still a great club song. So I didn't know that they really covered Spanish songs or just non-English songs. I didn't know they rocked it like that. Evanescence, Bring Me to Life. I think we're in agreement that this one's a little too low here. It made the top 200, but it also made the top 250. Oh, man, you got to put this one a lot higher, I think. I love Obama-era indie music. What can I say? Oh, yes. Ray Shremmerd. Actually, no, Ray Shremmerd, they had that other song. It was even better than No Flex Zone. Black Beetle. Black Beetle by Ray Shremmerd is so good. Grimes, Oblivion. Grimes kind of cringe, but this album is phenomenal. You lose all credibility when you have a child with Elon. I used to do a pretty good Grimes impression. You see, I think we all just need AI spaghetti. And I'm allowed to do that. I was in speech therapy for like 2 years. I think I did need AI spaghetti because the communists don't like spaghetti. Grimes. Modest Mouse, Float On. I don't like Modest Mouse because of that song. I just heard it way too many times. And it's kind of ruined it for me because I know Modest Mouse has a lot of other good shit. I've heard other good shit from Modest Mouse. I think King Rat was a track that stands out to me, but everybody loves fucking Modest Mouse. Everybody loves this fucking album. Like, good news for people who like bad news. Never dug it. Never dug it. Johnny Cash, Hurt. I have a blog actually about, well, it's not directly about it, but I have a blog post on my Ancient Substack that was inspired because of this song. Everybody talks about it. This is like the greatest cover of all time, is the Johnny Cash cover of Hurt by Nine Inch Nails. I don't even think it's the best Johnny Cash cover. I think it makes it's the story of this song is a lot better than the song itself. at least the cover, because it was at the end of Johnny's life. He had lost his wife, and lyrically, it does kind of stack up with the other, depressing, sullen, sad music that Johnny Cash would write. So it all kind of made sense why he did it. He still sounded pretty good, but to call it the greatest cover of all time just because, I think it's the reason why people say that is because it's the story of the song, not necessarily the song itself. Alicia Keys, Falling, 100%. Anything Alicia Keys from this era. Anything. Honestly, this one needs to be higher. If I'm being completely honest with you, this track is awesome. It's a really, really good song. I've never listened to Selena Gomez's music before. Better than Gorillaz? You love Hand to Yourself? Okay, I'll take that. Nope, it's just fine. Then. No. What? Stop. Holy shit. The glazing that Rolling Stone has for Bruce Springsteen is remarkable. Ooh, this is my girl. I love Courtney Barnett. I'm fine with this selection. This song is fine. Yeah. Oh, I love Courtney Barnett. And I love how she doesn't sing through her accent either. You know very well that she's from Australia. Lady Gaga, Poker Face, absolutely. Although I don't know how this isn't in the top 100 proper. This is too low. Slightly too low. If not very well too low. I'd honestly say top 50, top 100, top 100, top 100. Sure. We got to look out for those guys across the pond. They're having a hell of a time. Burna Boy. I don't know if I know this. It was thrilling to see so many of 21st century's R&B innovations coming from West Africa. Okay, so we got some West African shit going on over here. Burna Boy big over here? See, I don't know nothing. I don't know jack shit. Okay, I was going to be really surprised if no Arctic Monkeys was going to be on this list, but do I want to know? Yeah. And I think you can see, like, especially some artists were going to have, like, multiple songs that I think should be on here. Maybe had 505 somewhere in the top 200, maybe 250 there. Just as an example, and they really want to spread everything out. But I mean, look, Rolling Stone is trying to sell subscriptions, so you go with what's hot. I think we've seen 4 Taylor. I know 4 Taylor Swift songs are on this. So it was Love Story, Cruel Summer, and Blank Space so far. All Too Well is in the top 5. Spoiler alert. So they do actually have to, I appreciate how they're giving a wide span. They're painting a broad brush with all this. They want to get as many genres in as possible, and that's great. Because even for me, like, I'm like, okay, who did this? I don't know who the hell Burna Boy is, but I do now. Maybe I listen to West African hip hop and R&B a little bit more because of it. Top 5 for some, yeah, exactly. It all feels very arbitrary. Which is why it's goofy, it's fun. This is why I'm having a good time doing this. In Sync with Bye Bye Bye. One of the best Wilco songs, objectively. Nels Klein is a wizard on guitar. Yeah, my boys got one mention. We'll take one. One for Wilco, everybody. One for Wilco. See, this is one, you call it recency bias, but Not Like Us needs to be a lot higher than 65. This was in a society where monoculture is becoming less and less of a thing. There was two things we could all agree on. Fuck Drake, and this song is really good. Yes. This is one that I just got done talking about 50 Cent in a Taylor Swift video, of all things. It has to be any song off this album. It could have been Into Club or Many Men, but Into Club especially. I mean, this is one of the most iconic songs of the early 2000s. Paper Planes. This is one of my favorite songs ever made. I love this song. I grew up poor without the internet for a lot of my adolescence. So I remember hearing the song on the radio and loving it, and like hearing it in passing. And then my mom rented the film Slumdog Millionaire, and this song was in it. And I remember, like, before we returned it to the video store, I would rewind that part of the movie where this song was in it, just so I could hear it. And it wasn't even the full song. So by the time Spotify came around, this was like one of the first songs that went on any of my playlists. I mean, like, I feel like this song and Yeah by Usher, which is criminally low on this list. Criminally low on this list. I'll be honest with you. Migos, Lil Uzi Vert, yeah. Bad and Bougie, people are still listening to this song. And I think like modern day hip hop really is like pop hip hop. It's so fleeting a lot of the time. I feel like it's kind of hard to like make it like a real name for yourself sometimes, like household wise. And I feel like for a second there, Migos were really those dudes who kind of just brought it all together. Driver's License. Yeah. Now I'm a big lover of Deja Vu. Confessions. Okay. I don't know. I like Yeah more. WizKid featuring Thames, Essence from 5 years ago. I don't know this one. Yeah, no, wait. I actually really like this. What is this? All right. See, that's one to jot down. That's the reason why this list exists. Someone Like You beating out Rolling in the Deep. Yeah, I would have guessed that they would have put Rolling in the Deep in, but Someone Like You is actually kind of the thinking man's decision. Hotline Bling. Yeah, I mean it is one of those songs. With how fast like meme cycles work nowadays and like what's the next like big thing to make a meme out of, we are still talking about this music video, still talking about this song. Okay, so I spent this whole time saying how I don't know any of the non-English stuff, but I mean Gasolina. This was the song. It didn't matter what language you spoke, but this was like the song. Strokes Last Night. Yeah, I think when you look at, the 2000s were the time where rock lost its, maybe cultural relevance in the same way that it once did, but you still had phenomenal rock acts. And even if that meant taking it down a peg and kind of going back to the basics, with this being the Strokes song, top 10 here. So if you didn't know the top 50, but you did hear about this list, odds are you peeped at the top 10. Thinking About You by Frank Ocean. I mean, I didn't know that this was, for the longest time, the Potato Flew Around My Room Vine song. I didn't know that before we had reacted to this album. Much more accessible than Blonde. In all of the best ways, actually. I would listen to your case for this being the greatest, or at least the most popular number one song, or the best number one song of the 2000s. He's still so crazy. But please don't stop being you, Britney. Oh God, I hope you were freed from everything that is bad in your life. Believe me, I mean that genuinely. So this is where here's the nod to the snobs, the critics of the music commentary space. Here, we're gonna give you one. Here's Radiohead with the song title that I still can't pronounce. Before I went live today, I did re-listen to this song because of this list, and actually a lot of the other songs off of Kid A. I basically listened to like half of Kid A in weird spots today, and it's good. I mean, it's atmospheric. It does like kind of give you that we're leaving the 90s going into the 2000s kind of a sound, but I think there were songs on fucking OK Computer that did that, but OK Computer didn't come out in 2000. Kid A did. So that's why this one went on it, but I think Everything in Its Right Place clears this song by a lot. Still a good song. It's still a good track. It's still very Radiohead. It's still very weird, but oddly listenable to, I think, anybody, even if you don't listen to Radiohead. Radiohead deserved to be here despite my hatred for Tom York, the complete and utter wanka. Scene in Doctor Who where this played as the Earth exploded is peak. I did not know about that. Robin, Dancing on My Own. See, I know a country cover of this song that's really good by Dale Hollow. Shout out Dale Hollow. Please Do My Taxes. Because she's 4 times better than anybody else. We have Taylor Swift with the 4th song on the 250. What percentage is that? I'm actually curious on the math here. That's 1.6% of the total list is taken up by Taylor Swift. We have All Too Well. You see, this is one of those where it's like, okay, we're going off of just like popular hits. Did it chart really well? I don't think All Too Well really did if you're looking at it in comparison to Blank Space or Cruel Summer even. Why L2L? Like, sure, it's a great song, but the 5th best song of the 21st century. That's what I mean. In a way, though, this is Taylor's magnum opus. If you point to like the Taylor Swift song amongst the fans, I think even they point to All Too Well. I only like the 10-minute version, and I got to agree with you. I think this song, as I've said before, calls for a longer time span. But this is Rolling Stone. If we're being completely honest with you, why any of them? I mean, they gotta sell magazines. They gotta sell magazines. This is the editorial process, folks. Right? White Stripes, Seven Nation Army. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really listen to any argument against this. This is the rock song of the early 2000s, and probably there's no other rock song as good, as iconic, as universally beloved as this one since the year 2000. It just put a cap on it. I would say there's better White Stripes songs. There's there's tons of better White Stripes songs. Everybody knows. I think for most of the top 10 here, you could really throw any of them up as number one. Not the Yeah 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 song you'd think of, but I think this one, Florence and the Machine before Florence, right? That's always the vibe this song has given me. I'm just going to justify most of this list as being 250 singles rather than songs because that's basically what they meant. Well, yeah, and so, okay, number one, Get Your Freak On, Missy Elliott. I mean, it's iconic. It was a massive, massive hit. It's aged very well. Maybe not the video, but Yeah by Usher. Yeah by Usher. And Zero is going to be... yeah, actually, guys, the best song of the 2000s, whether or not you agree with this, is not really an issue because it doesn't matter. It's Mambo number 5. Bet you guys didn't think you were going to hear Mambo number 5 today. $10 says I don't make Mambo number 5 a regular bit. I would agree, but this was 1999. Yeah, so the thing about that is it depends on how you look at it, right? Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, right? But if you look at year 0, you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1999 is actually the first year of the 21st century. Yeah, put that on wax and spin it. Why don't you?
Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog. Shark. Breaking. Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog. Shark. Breaking. Diggity dog.